Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com.
Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. Please announce yourself.
I mean, your kind of way.
Christopher Love in the building.
More, they expect you to come with a little bit more game, man.
Hey,
Right.
Can you guys hear me?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Is that you, brother?
Yeah, what's up? This is Christopher Love.
Christopher Love, my brother from another mother, y'all. Y'all hear that? Christopher Love and Mark Love. Both of us on the Love Brothers podcast. We're talking to Deion Zachary right now. He's just breaking it down about the different types of women around the world. He's going from the DR, from Central America, all the way up to New York, particularly Brooklyn, blah, blah, blah. Deion, just go on, keep talking what you were talking about. I didn't mean to cut you off, but Chris just got down here right now.
Oh, no, man. No, I mean, you know, and it's the same thing. I'll take it now to where, you know, me and you kind of linked up in the Brazil travel group. So you got a lot of cats that, you know, the basis of that travel group, initially what I thought when I joined it or when I was added to it by a friend of mine, was cats that, you know, have a love for Brazil. I definitely got a love for Brazil. I go there at least, you know, 4 or 5 times a year. At the end of the day, if you meet a chick who's from Tijuca in Zona Norte, and you have a bad experience, are you then going to say that Brazilian women are bad? You know what I mean?
No, you're not.
Exactly. And that's why I got put out of one of the groups, man, because I'm not going to let that narrative get skewed, because we got a lot of brothers who want to go to Brazil, and what they're doing is they're taking all of our inputs and they're forming a prejudice. They're forming some form of opinion based on other people's biases. You know what I'm saying? And that's dangerous, man, especially when people are trying to share knowledge of experiences. And these cats are, you know, their eyes are wide open and their noses are open. So if they go down there to Charles's party next month, they're going to have a preconceived notion about certain chicks and how these chicks move. And it's just like anywhere else. A chick from Zona Norte is going to be totally different than, you know, a chick that you might meet in Josina or Vidigal, you know what I'm saying? Or we could take it even if you go out of Rio and you go to Bahia or you go to Florianopolis. The whole fact that people try to push a narrative and dump everybody in a bucket, it's very confusing to me, because one of the things that we all are doing as men, especially black men that move around, we're trying to kill that narrative as it pertains to us. Don't put all of us in the same bucket. All black men are not the same. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that, man. Breaking those stereotypes. So you, in your travels recently, what was the last country, if you don't mind saying, the last country that you visited, since you move around a lot, the most recent ones you came back from, what was the response you got back? If you don't mind, don't use any names. I don't want anybody, you know, tripping up in here.
Right.
Just when you came back to the States, what was the initial reaction you got after you came back?
Man, I went to Portugal. Got back from Portugal last weekend and last Sunday. And, you know, the Portuguese women in the actual country of Portugal, it's hit or miss. I can speak some Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, but I can still speak some Portuguese. They, to me, came off a little bit like the women in the Mallorcan region of Spain. They'll, you know, if you can speak a little bit of that language, you're charming, they find you attractive, you can get in. You know, there's always the opportunity to P for P, but not everybody is out there looking to manga. You know what I'm saying? But most women are going to look at you when they find out you're American, because a lot of the white American men, when they get there, they're very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So you're fighting it on two different battlefields. You're fighting it on 2 different fronts. You're fighting against the fact that you have the American perception that you're trying to break, and then you also have the only images they see of us are on TV with the videos and certain movies and what they hear from other people who may or may not be biased against black American men. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I had this chick tell me, man, you know, she thought everybody was going to be like the rappers that she sees. Now, granted, man, I'm 39. This chick was like 42, 43. She's like 43, my man. She was like 43. In Portugal, yeah, in Portugal.
Okay.
She was like 43. So, you know, we're kind of in the same generation. You know what I mean? But her only interaction with black Americans is seeing our subculture of hip hop on TV and everything. You understand what I'm saying? She hasn't dated one before. The only black people that they have in Portugal, they have some black, you know, Afro-Portuguese, but it's mainly, you know, people that came in from Africa, you know, leaving in some type of conflict or something. And the Africans, the way they move is totally different than black Americans. I mean, everybody knows that. You know what I mean? For better or worse. And, you know, she kind of was a little bit taken aback because the venue we were at, you know, everybody there kind of knew some of the races. I went there for a World Superbike race. I got a connection in the World Superbike team, so I move around to go to different races during the year. And you have to, you know someone if you're there, right? And just the conversations we were having and the fact that she's talking to probably one of the first black American men that she's held court with, and you can hold a fucking intelligent, substantive conversation on a lot of different things, and the fact that I could speak Portuguese. That's what kind of drew her in, because I was talking to another cat who's from Brazil in Portuguese, right? Yeah. And so just me and her having that chance meeting and that little engagement kind of throughout the rest of the evening, she felt very easy talking to me and kind of, you know, bringing me up to speed on what was going on in Lisbon and everything. But all she knew was what she had seen on TV. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean, man.
And that's kind of what we're trying to break ourselves, is like people got us put in a box, so we can't be putting other people in a box. That's part of the narrative.
It seems so easy to do that because it's comfortable. And it's what the rest of the world. I'm going to make a broad generalization here. Let someone calls in and says, Marcus, she's full of it. If she call in, I'm going to say they have a broad generalization of us black men, especially from, you know, I'm going to say worldwide. I'm not going to just say the United States. That they just automatically put us in this box, and it's usually all negative.
Right.
You know, and it does get kind of draining sometimes. So I'm thinking you came from Portugal, and I know that it's a big difference in Brazil, right? Because it's European. And even then, a woman of, you said 42 years of age, she still, all of it was whatever she's seen on BET or Love and Hip Hop, basically. Right. It does get kind of tiring, man, doesn't it?
Right, and I mean, you know, this is the thing. My man that's from Brazil, I met this cat when I was in college. That's my Brazil connect. That's why I go to Brazil so much. I got a friend that he was an international student at the college I went to back home, and we've always been cool. You know what I mean? He was telling me after her and her friends had left, he was like, man, she probably was expecting you to have a piece around your neck and to be talking in a certain manner.
I know
you know
where
what
you're
I mean?
going, man. Hey, Gianna, I know where you're going. Y'all listening in? Look, we're talking to the Love Brothers podcast live, first day. We're talking to Dion Zachary. If y'all want to get in, the call number is 712-451-0601. Again, that's 712-451-0601. Then you enter the access code 502814. Again, that access code is 502814. Dion, hold on, what you were saying, bro? I didn't even cut you off.
No. So, you know, like I said, that right there, man, I'm so used to that though. I'm so used to that. The first time I went to Italy, a lot of the Italian women will rock with you, man, because they got a lot of brothers that go play international basketball over in Italy, right? But a lot. What did you say?
I said that's right.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is remember initially before Chris got on, I had made the statement that at the end of the day, the matrix is your mindset. So you got these cats who still have that mindset like, yo, you know, I'm coming at them like, yo, what's up, kid? I'm up on the street. You know, this how we moving. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not used to that. So when they see that and we exhibit that behavior, they judge all of us on that. And so first time I went to Italy, man, I'm in Tuscany. Now, Tuscany is different than Rome. You know, I'm in Venice, and they got these chicks that are staring at us. And I'm like, okay, you know, if you looking, you must see something you like. So we make our way over, and the easiest way to get in, look, we're here visiting for a couple of days. What you got to show us around? You know what I'm saying? Show us around. Let's go to some museums. You know what I'm saying? Let's go hear a little music, grab some flatbreads or whatever, hang out, chill for a couple of hours. Hey, I ain't looking for nothing. You ain't really looking for nothing. Hey, you know, let's be friendly. Let's make some new friends. And a lot of them have dated some the reason why they were living it up because they had dated black dudes before. They were basketball players, right? and they were like, okay, you know, we thought all of y'all were super tall. Nah. We all not super tall. I don't play basketball. I'm 6 feet even. I ain't 6'6". I'm not 6'7". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you came in with. I bet you took advantage of that, though, didn't you?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, hey, if you like the swirl, then hey, I'm cool with that. But you know what I mean? It's like they were kind of. But then the way in which they started to interact with us, the way in which they were talking, the conversations they wanted to have, you can kind of tell, okay, you know, they met some, you know, they was dealing with some cats who was just, you know, still on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? When I move around, I'm trying to do some cultural stuff. I ain't trying to do the stuff that they was talking about. I do that at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that here in Italy. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, but
and can you kind of I know where you're going with it, but can you say why you don't do that? Because people listening right now, men and women, kind of tell them why you don't do that.
Why would I? And I know I'm gonna piss a couple of people off, man. I know I'm about to piss a couple of people off, but why would I do something 5,000 miles away from home that I can do at home? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't go to Italy to eat at Olive Garden. You follow what I'm saying?
Could you hear what you said? What?
That's a lot of static.
I can't hear you.
Hold on. Where's that static coming from? Somebody might need to get muted.
I don't know, it sounds like somebody's driving and listening or something.
Probably are. Those who are in right now, be aware that, you know, get on the mic, you know, back in Dion, you were saying that you country support about touching Italy, that when you're there, you don't want to see in the next life of the time. And you were talking about you would travel 5,000 miles in a certain way. You can do that when you run your home stomping, right?
Yeah, I can't even hear you, man.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm saying that the perception of us is all men on the for some reason we travel like this always and this people going to pay the play or whoremonger or the more shorter term mongering. And I'm just saying, I'm trying to paraphrase what you're saying is you can stay at home in New York and do that, right? Instead of going to Europe.
that's it. You know what? Like I said, I was gonna piss some people off because I got put out of a group. Well, I got put out of one of our own Brazil groups for like, hey, you do what you want to do.
No need
do what you want to do.
Saying that they actually put you out for saying what you were feeling of.
Oh yeah, man. Oh man, they got. Hey, I won't get into that. Maybe I'll get into that situation a little later. But yeah, for the most part, what it was that was being tossed around as a discussion point. And hey, you do what you do. Me, I'm not going to. If you wanna do your whoremongering, then that's on you. Me personally, I'm not spending that kind of money to go travel abroad.
That's what this show's starting off today. It's just a perception of us and when we
Right.
travel. And it's a sad fact, but it's the truth. If you remember, you ever seen that movie Head of State? My boy Chris Rock. It was a fictional movie about fictitious black president. This was before Obama came.
Yeah.
If you remember that line, he was talking to the person, the woman in his campaign, saying that you would got this right. He said, "You are so lucky you get to represent yourself." And me, as a black man, and I'm paraphrasing the first in the movie. It's not a long quote. Saying, "I'm representing my whole race, so I can't mess up." And it's a movie, but it's true. So when we're overseas, whether we're going alone or we're bringing sand to the beach, which I do a lot,
Right.
I have my woman with me all the time. It's the way it is. I'm saying if I'm willing to be that kind of man and portray myself like that, I can do that here in California.
Exactly.
I don't have to waste my money traveling overseas, getting a visa, going through customs. People think like that. It costs money to do this kind of traveling.
Exactly.
If I want to behave like an idiot, I can behave like an idiot here.
Exactly.
Expose myself to STDs, sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections, or
Right.
HIV. I can say right here in sunny California when it's not
Exactly.
forest fires, I can get burnt here. So
Exactly.
I'm not trying to make light of it, but I'm saying I can do that here. So to stay on the topic today, because I let you come in and get warmed up, we're talking about, to piggyback on all what you said, is when we do find a woman, whether she's in America or overseas, the concept that they have an entitlement to thinking that we should just pay for everything.
Right.
From the jump. I'm not talking about you being in a relationship with somebody for a couple of years and it's serious. I'm talking about you first met her. And they
Right.
just assume that your part time is more than yours. It's there's a price tag attached to it. If I'm not oversimplifying it. And here on the Love Brokers podcast, Chris and I, we don't feel that way. So I'm wondering about how do you feel about that? Do you have any angst against that? Do you have any issues about when you with a woman and you've only been seeing her for a couple of times and the entitlement, you feel it in the air, whether you take her to the movies or you walk in the park or you might be one of those brothers who want to drop a few bills the first day. How do you handle that? How do you feel about that?
Man, to be honest with you, like, no matter where I'm at, if someone made the statement, I can't say where it was or when it was, that, no matter
you feel
what
that
you
in
do.
the air, Chris?
What's that?
Can you feel it, Dion? I can feel it before you even said it. Dion ain't having it. I'm going to hear what you will say, Dion.
No. I think we're all on the same accord. They got people that say, no matter what you do, you pay for it, right? Whether you take
but I'm talking about initially in the beginning. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
My bad.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Quantify it more. Okay, say it's not just in the beginning, but even after you're in a relationship. And say, I belong to another group. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't know.
Okay.
It's very humorous to me. It's the ladies in the group, the admin, they put up a question. It was a spread ban. It was a hypothetical situation. It was they've been married a while, and the husband borrowed $1,000, and he's kind of turning on paying it back. And they went back and forth, men and women. Is there any such thing as borrowing money from a woman that you're in a relationship with?
Man, nah. Is this the thing?
Elaborate, please. Elaborate.
First off, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure I got the context of this correctly before I even say something. The example is that you said that there was a married couple and the husband borrowed money from his wife.
Yes, sir.
And then she expected him to pay it back?
He's kind of tardy on paying it back, and I guess the issues is the topic came up. And it's saying, just to the men and the women in the group,
right.
What's your thoughts on that? And I'm pushing it onto this podcast thinking like, I know how Chris feels about it. I know how I feel about it. We don't know what y'all think about it.
Ain't no such thing as alone. Ain't no such thing as alone in a relationship. Ain't no such thing as alone in a relationship. Like, it's just like when you do for, as a man, if you're expected to do for the person you're in a relationship with, you're not asking, hey, look, I paid the rent this month. You think I can get half of that back?
Go on. And
you know what I'm saying? So for that particular young lady in that situation to be talking about,
Dion, this is all women, not just in America. I mean,
okay, no.
15, 20 minutes saying when you travel overseas, you meet all women from all walks of life.
Right.
See black.
Right.
Let's say hypothetically you're in a relationship with a woman from another country. The rules still don't even affect with another woman.
Yeah, man. If you're in a relationship with somebody,
women are
if you're in a relationship, right, go ahead.
I'm saying whether I'm in a relationship with a woman from another country or the States, I feel the same way. There is no such thing as alone. You're together.
There is no such thing.
It's us against the world. You know what I'm saying?
Man, exactly. See, this right here, I'm kind of glad you brought this up because this ties into the narrative that we're talking about today, right? How can there be such an arrangement when this is an us situation? This isn't a casual business arrangement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, anybody, and it doesn't matter. Like, once again, touching on the narrative that we're talking about, and one of the ideas that I have and that I try to push the guys is, it doesn't matter where you go. They got chicks everywhere that are not assets. If you're in a relationship with someone, a woman, and she could be, fill in the blank country. We'll just throw one out there. Let's say you're in a relationship with a chick from Colombia. You know what I mean? And if she feels that she can pick up the phone or send you a PM and say, hey, Marcus, sister needs $500. Can I get that? And you're willing to do that because that's your chica, you should be able to do the same. You understand what I'm saying?
And most of us men brothers I know, and I don't personally know you in real life, but I can tell by sound of your voice that we're in accord with that. If you're my woman, wife, or long-term girlfriend, or it's like, yeah, if you need that, I got you. I don't expect it back. It's not alone. You're my woman. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So we don't seem to get that. It's not reciprocated on our end,
Right.
I'm only happy about it because I know I'm not alone here. Plenty of us are in the same situation.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Like I say, I hate to piss anybody off, but that's where sometimes that mongering kind of backfires. And it affects all of us, right? Because you got cats that, I remember, man, I was going to Brazil when the whole Make It Rain phenomenon was really in full swing. You understand what I'm saying? I went out there for a music video in the 90s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, man, when Ja Rule and them did the Holla Holla video. We were down there. I mean, certain people can fuck up the game. A small number of people can fuck up the game for the masses. You know what I mean? And so you got cats some people call it simping. You got cats that do some simping like that. But at the end of the day, they're doing that because maybe they can't get any work at home, and that's their way of doing it with some I won't say underprivileged, but underemployed, and some chicks that really don't have as much resource as they have, man. But ultimately, I don't care where you're from. If you feel like you can ask and receive, then I feel the same. And if you don't have that accordance with whomever she is from wherever she's from, she's not an asset, period. She's not an asset to you. 9 times out of 10,
she's a liability. She's either an asset or a liability. Yes.
Right. And I'll even go further, right? Because I've seen a lot from different people posting stuff in these groups and forums where they feel like it's a safe place because they may have seen some people that share the same type of thinking they have. If you're doing that type of shit, you know that she's not an asset. If that's your favorite locale, if you go to Colombia on a monthly basis, just for a weekend, and you sending money, and she's asking, and you're sending, and she's receiving, and when you touch down, my G, you don't have a key to the spot. You can't catch a cab to her place.
I'm glad you said that. Go on.
You ain't, dude. You simping straight up, and I hate to use that word.
First of all, you shouldn't be having to get an Uber or a cab driver. If she can't go up there and pick you up from the airport, or one of her homegirls should be picking you up. You shouldn't want for anything.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, and this is where I kind of like get a little lost when people start throwing the narrative around that, hey, they ain't got no good chicks in the States. Well, a lot of these bras abroad, they're looking for male chickens as well, man. I mean, you can't throw people in a box. They can't be, we can't be putting people in a box because we don't want to be put in that box either. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, if the chick who you dealing with, if you sending her money and you can't turn around and ask her for something, I ain't talking about no ass, because ass is, that's not a commodity to me.
Thank you.
That's not a commodity. Ass is not a commodity.
Thank you for saying it. It's not a commodity.
So if you for the cats that right. But for the dudes for the cats that are paying to play or what have you, or if they're running into these women who feel like they can ask and receive and not have to give anything in return, I say this. However you met her and consider yourself in whatever form of relationship you have with her, you're sending money. If you can't then hit her up and say, hey, I need 200 of that back because, I got a bill I got to pay, or I got something that came up, or if she's not flying you to Colombia to come see her. I mean, the rules of the game don't change within a man just because he's messing with something from another country. The rules of the game stay the same.
And I'm glad
you know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that, because it ties into what we were saying. Like, if there's not any reciprocation set for the women for wanting to pay back a loan, or, even going Dutch on something,
right.
I know how I am, and the woman I'm with, when we first met, it was like she wanted to go Dutch, and you know why? Because she said, I don't want you to think that I owe you anything.
Right.
I gotta respect it. But it's kind of like I'm kind of torn here. I'm like my father and my grandfather. I'm kind of old school. I like to take care of my women, but I'm saying once we're together, I kind of want it to be, of course, if I need something from you, I don't expect it because I'm the man and I'm supposed to provide, protect, and love her. But if I need something, if I fall off temporarily, I shouldn't have to worry about saying, phone or are you with me or you're with me? That's what I'm saying. Either you're with me or you're not. And so it's like it's it's like mutual respect as far as I'm concerned. It's like, okay, we're not supposed to look at them, women, as a commodity, but sometimes you feel like they look at us as a commodity. And maybe that's just human nature. Maybe because women look at a man for basic security, you know, to be protected and to be loved. So that's our job. I know it. I'm proud to do that. But I'm saying at the same time, it's 2017. And if I got to think for myself in every little thing, like you said, about just going to Columbia to meet your woman, and she can't even pick you up at the airport, you got to get a cab or an Uber. And you don't have a key to the spot, that's too flat.
Right.
So it was a mini car from there, I'm choking on my coffee. That's two red flags right there, Dion. You know what I'm saying? That's two red flags right there. You got to think just from the airport to her crib, and you don't even have a key to the mug. You don't have a key to her place. You know, that's what we call that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's regardless of whatever woman you with. But I'm saying, as a whole, for us black men, we're supposed to not just take that shit. And I think that's very, like, I don't know how we can kind of erase that image of us right now, because all men face that. But I'm only focusing on us black men. That's just how I am. So I know.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. You know what?
These women, money seems to be, you know, an issue.
Right. Hey, I'll tell you this, man. And the thing is, you know, you touched on something that, you know, no matter where I'm at, how I move, I've always kind of played to this mantra, man. You see that whole Dutch thing? I love it, and I'll tell you why. I don't want her to think that she owes me anything. You know what I mean? Because to me, a true player, you're going to get it regardless of whether or not you took her out for a steak to the movies. It's all about game. Some people got game, some people got dollars. You know what I'm saying? Now that's two different scenarios. Somebody who feels like they can throw money around, you're not even in the same field as a cat that can talk his way into a woman's heart. You know what I'm saying? Or into her pants or whatever. But that whole Dutch thing, man, it's funny because.
So I don't know about that, man, about game, because I'm figuring, you really think about, you know, once you get in with them, you know, all the game involved is not going to stop us from saying, you know, the money is going to be, and I'm trying to keep an open mind here. I'm trying not to paint a broad brush, but for discussion, you know, just for keeping it going. We're all making generalizations. Of course, there's always an exception to the rule, but, you know, it's like whatever. You know, the majority of them think that way, and they don't even feel bad about that. There's several reasons for that conditioning. Maybe just nature. I don't want to say feminism has done all that. It sure has corrupted us, but even before feminism, women have always expected men to handle their business. But I'm saying nowadays, 2017, it's like. They feel enslaved to it. Like, you know, you're my girl. If I need something, I need it. You know, it's ride or die. Best friends, you know, us against the world. I shouldn't have to go to no one else. But, you know, anyone else coming in on the Love Brothers Podcast live, call number, if you don't know it already, 712-451-0601. That's 712-451-0601. You press the access code after that, 502-814. Again, that access code is 502-814. All right there, man?
Somebody's phone's making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
It is. They're playing phone fool with their phone that, you know.
Can you, Marcus, on your end, can you mute it? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it stopped.
Yeah, I just want to share some stuff, man. Brother, you share some good information, man. I appreciate that. And a lot of guys need to be aware of this, these different things. One thing is, for me, I got burnt probably back in 2012. I took a young lady out for dinner. She actually hollered at me in the club. 2 days later, I decided, I bought some clothes. I got a haircut, put gas in the car, and I took out a nice deal. I think I spent about $200 all in total. And a few days later, I ain't hear nothing from this girl. Then about a year after that, I saw her at a restaurant serving. She was actually one of our servers, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit." And that was the last time I took any woman out for anything. Yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
all that, that was my last time. And plus, I never liked the fact that the propaganda for going all the way to these different countries to find a woman. You know what I mean? I think we gotta like fill that void within us as men before we trick off a lot of money. And you gotta think about that's a lot of money, man, to go to these countries. And a lot of these guys, they're not even getting quality women. They're not even getting quality women. They, I see photos, the women like 4 or 5. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm not going all the way to Brazil to get a 4 or 5. I can get that here. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. So
Miami, MIA.
Right. Hey, bro, let me tell you something, man. You preaching right now, dude. Like I was telling Marcus.
Chris, let everybody know that I'm in California on West Coast. You in Miami. If you want to do all that, you can stay right there, right?
Stay right here. It's actually affordable. It's not that expensive. There's several spots, man. I mean, this is
those hurricanes. I bet they're spraying them up.
And they came right back out, man. This is Latin capital of the world, man. Whatever you want is here.
Right.
Venezuela, Panamanian, Brazilian. I don't have them all, man. So when people give me that propaganda about I need to go there, I'm not putting all my money up. I rather invest in me in my own business.
Thank you.
Right.
Pussy ain't that good for me.
And I'll tell you something else, man. Like, and so, like I said, I'm a glass half empty and glass half full type of cat. What you're saying is absolutely correct. Now, if cats do want to travel, and Marcus was saying, asking me, what types of things and why I don't manga. For that exact same reason, I can manga at home for way less, because when you travel, it's to broaden your experiences. Now, the women are byproducts of that.
Yeah.
They're not the reason I travel. That's a byproduct, man. If I want to come up on something,
they're a byproduct. They're not the main reason.
It's a byproduct. It's not the main. It's not the reason.
On the virtual cake, basically.
Exactly. It's the icing on the cake. Exactly, dude. When I go to Brazil, I do shit. When I went to Portugal, I went for a professional motorcycle race, as I do when I go to Spain, as I do when I go to Italy. Man, look, I go do cultural things. I do things that I'm interested in. Of course, I'm a man. I'm a heterosexual man. Of course, I'm gonna get at a couple chicks, man.
Yeah.
But it's more fun than anything to me now. Definitely, if I'm on the hunt out there, I'm gonna come up on something.
It's only a problem when we black men do it, though. See?
Yeah, exactly.
It's only a problem when we do it.
But you know what though? That's where the thirsty cats mess it up for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The thirsty cats mess it up for everybody else. Now, of course, and was that Chris Love in Miami?
Yeah.
That's Chris Love Miami. Don't speak up, brother.
Okay, hey, Chris, I'm about to piggyback with what you said.
Go ahead.
With some shit that's probably gonna piss, like I said, probably piss a couple cats off that's in some of these groups. Now, remember, you in Miami, man. I lived in Miami for 1 year out there in Miami Lakes by the Hialeah Airport. You know what I'm saying? With my peoples out there. If you go to Brazil, and all you see, because you're in the Brazil travel group, is dudes posting these videos of the karaoke dancing to the Baye funk music, popping their pussy, then that's what you're going to be expecting to see when you get out there, right?
Yep.
And so you got a lot of thirsty cats that be like, oh, yo, there's some badass Brazilians. I'm trying to smash something when I get out there. What they don't understand is a lot of them boys living in favelas. And nigga, you ain't going in the favela unless you know somebody.
Yeah.
Understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they get out there and they're looking for what they saw on YouTube or the videos that somebody posted from YouTube to their travel group. So, of course, they want to smash something. But then that leads into the bigger issue of what we're talking about when they're feeding into that monitoring by the whole. I ain't saying P2P is bad. If that's what some cats do, that's what they do. But they got to understand there's repercussions and consequences to everything.
This is why I
and
believe.
they may not reap those repercussions and consequences, but the next man up will, which is us.
Yeah.
That are not down for paying for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not when you can do that at home. If you gotta find you a Brazilian, they got mad Brazilians in Atlanta. They got mad Brazilians in Jersey. They got Brazilians in New York. They got Brazilians in Miami.
With good jobs,
if
too.
you gotta catch you a Brazilian piece, you could do it. They got Brazilians in LA. You could catch you a Brazilian piece stateside, my dude.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper.
Cheaper.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is what I believe also, too,
when
man.
people are doing all this stuff, man, it kind of befuddles me. That's not how I move, but that's why I try to keep the narrative straight in the groups, because a lot of dudes is looking at these videos and hearing all of these cats. Some of these dudes be straight up.
It's like Chris is saying. It's like, sure, you can find that anywhere in the world. I mean, of course, the treatment of having entitlement, expecting us to foot the whole bill, and that's cool. Like I said, I'm sure Chris is the same way. We all have those experiences where we come out and we put our best foot forward, and we shit it on. But that's just the right of passage to becoming a man. But I'm sure, Chris, that you're not repeating your mistakes, right, brother?
Oh hell nah. Man, this is before I got clean. I only ask them, hey, meet me at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I ain't spending no more than like $10 for coffee, bagel, or whatever. Yeah, you gonna hear what I gotta say from my mind. We connect then we'll go from there. But me spending that type of money on a first date or even a second date, hell nah. I don't believe in giving free lunches away. Fuck that.
Chris,
It's so funny, man. I live in New York City.
Chris, there is women out there in my life. I'm not gonna say their names. If they happen to be listening, they know that they did get a dime out of me after we had sex 3 or 4 times. Then if I dig them, then I take them out someplace. But this was from like many moons ago, years ago, decades ago.
Yeah.
So. I'm not going to put them on Front Street. I'm not going to put them on blast. But if they listen, they know who they are. And they know I treat them right. I treat them right. I wasn't trying to, dog them out. I said, but we would have sex right away. And these were American women. These sisters were from America. So I'm telling you, maybe it's the times that have changed. It's like, 18, almost 20 years ago up to now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a generational thing. But maybe because of technology, it's kind of been, everyone's trying to keep up with technology. Back then we had the pagers, the beepers. Now we got the smartphones and basically miniature computers. You know what I'm saying? So women don't have to interact with us. That's one of the reasons I think it's just not feminism. It's technology. It's good and it's bad to it. So when you sit down on a date with these sisters, any of these women, anywhere in the world, not just in America, but they're preoccupied with this device because they can be in a chat group like this. They can be on an online dating app trying to get the next hookup because they're going to hit one of them all the 24 hours a day anyway. But now they got this little phone, this little computer in their hand. It just up their number of men that have access to them. I don't think that gives them any gain. I think that we as men still have to have more imagination. We have to still have to come up with something to get their attention besides spending money on them. Whereas they just sit back and they go on their looks. Now, of course, when their looks fade, then, maybe they would be more agreeable. But in my experience, and what Dion said, Chris, before you got on, I don't know if you heard, but he said he went to Portugal and he met a 42-year-old woman that was still on that mindset. So I don't know. What can we do about it?
Well, it's propaganda to the TV, man, because I was doing Uber, and the guy said, man, don't take no offense. He was from Kazakhstan. He was like, you know, I just realized black people are good people, you know, because the only images I see is of black people like rap videos, and, you know, when they do show movies of Africa, it's some war movie. So this dude had a bad perception. And even someone, when they walk up to me, be like, yo, 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 I'm like, dude, what the fuck? We didn't say yo, yo, yo back, you know, last time in the 90s. So,
really?
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck, man? You know, but I was surprised, though. I mean, it's sad that, you know, he was thinking that all of us was bad till he got here for college. And now he realized we were good people.
Right. Yeah, I actually said, I was telling Marcus that
to be fair, brothers, just to be fair, it's the same thing, like when we go to the African continent. I was in Ghana a couple of months back, and it's the same thing. I met people there, and some of their only visuals they get from us is TV shows like True Crime, or when they think all Americans are damn, you know, crazy killers, or with black people they see Love and Hip Hop or BET. You know, they get a perception of us. So when we talk to them, they got eyes on us. So they're like, man, you know, all you guys, you know, gangsters and stuff. So it works both ways. It's like the Deion touchdown. When he goes over there, he doesn't want to make all of us look bad by thinking we're all going there just to monger or anybody outside the United States to travel. Women are an extra icing on the cake. It's a byproduct of our travel. We go on there for other things. And it's like whenever we say that, Chris, Deion, people, they think we're just talking at the thought of our collective neck, and we're not. We really mean that. We're all mature men, and it's like it costs money to do these things. I keep repeating myself. They cost money and time and effort to go and travel, and if you're going out there just to, you know, excuse my language, just to bust a nut, you can do that right at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
right.
You can.
Right. Yeah, Chris, I was telling Marcus, man, when I was in Portugal for a World Superbike race, this chick, man, I mean, she kinda was like holding back a little bit to engage, but then she heard me speaking Portuguese to somebody, and then she kinda broke the ice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she thought that the same thing that you said. When we started talking, she was like, her main imagery of a black man came from what she saw in rap and hip hop videos and stuff. You know, 43 years old, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, and the thing is I was telling Marcus, you know, we fight the struggle on so many different fronts because people have a specific idea of how American men are, period. Not only, you know, for one, American men, because a lot of the white Americans, when they go abroad, they so goddamn condescending, and they got so much ego that turns off a lot of people abroad. But then you're a black American, which you know how we're portrayed in the media and shit like that. So we're fighting it on two fronts. Not only are you American, but you're a black American. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yes.
And so, and that's where, hey, like I said, no shade to the cats that be out there wanting to get their P on. At the end of the day, there's consequences and repercussions to all of that shit. And so when you run up to a bunch of chicks in Korea or in the Philippines, they automatically think that you're looking to buy something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They automatically looking to sell you some ass because that's what a lot of the brothers they run across are looking to do, pay for it.
Yeah, no,
That's not it.
I'm going to say just that. Now, someone's going to say, male or female, someone's going to do this question and you know what it is. They're saying, you guys are on there, what are the solutions? But do we even have to come up with a solution? Or I'm thinking as individuals, we just got to carry ourselves on a higher standard. As men, I can't be worried about a group of collective of us. We all come from different backgrounds, we all got different talents. Like, for example, Chris, he's on his own hustle, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm on my hustle, and you're on your hustle. So we can just, as men, keep our own selves on walking the right path. But someone's going to always say, what's the solution? What's the solution? Do you feel that we have to come up with a solution to make all black men look good, or we can just, like I'm thinking, we can just, you know, as individuals, be on our best behavior, put our best foot forward, don't act a fool when we're in another country, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I think we can do. I mean, that's a big burden to try to sit there and change the whole world's mind on how all of us think, because it's so easy. When one negative person does a negative thing, they look at us all as a group. But when one person does something positive, it's still it's like a drop in the bucket. It doesn't seem to have a
right. Well, to answer your question, man, it's the latter. I think it's the latter. I think it's we all continue to move as gentlemen when we move abroad. When we moving around abroad and domestically, you know, we move as gentlemen, man, and the standard has to be set. Now, of course, there's so many black men, black American men in the world. Everybody's different, but there has to be a standard that's set, and that standard has to be set. You know, it can't be set by all movements are started with a handful of people. You, Chris, me, all the other brothers that are out there. They got some other cats. I know this cat, Melvin, that's in here. Melvin Pearson, I think he's in one of the travel groups. He seems like I haven't had any, you know, dialogue with him, but he seems like a pretty cool, straightforward, put together cat, you know what I mean? Not really on all of that BS. But it takes certain cats, the way certain cats move, to kind of, you wouldn't believe the goodwill that is being put forth by, and I'm not going to throw myself out there like I'm just, you know, making the world a better place by myself, but dude, when I move around, dude, especially in Brazil, dude, I'm creating goodwill for everybody because I'm not on that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, I meet friends, and so people, when they run across me, and I'm walking around, I ain't got on the flip-flops, I got on my Chucks, I got on my cargo shorts, you know, my V-neck tee, my G-Shock. I ain't dressed like a Brazilian, but I move like a Brazilian. And when I be in the favela, they be like, yo, ain't nobody gonna be fucking with you because you look like you a Brasileiro. You know what I'm saying? You look like one of us, just you got a couple dollars or whatever.
I haven't been to Brazil yet. So when you go to Brazil, is that a whole different animal, or we were talking about how women feel entitled to, we have to just pay, and they don't reciprocate the action. When you're in Brazil, is that the same thing that you experience?
Yeah, they got that out there, man. They definitely have that out there. Okay, I mean, a lot of people.
Is it on a different level, or is it worse? Is it less, or what?
Man, it's probably not as. I'll put it like this: it's then you are in Brazil, because it depends on the state. If you're in
Brother, are you on speakerphone? Because you sound kind of distant, and I want everybody to hear what your opinion is. You either talk close to the mic on your phone or go off speakerphone. Yeah. If you're on speakerphone, get close to the mic because it's the acoustics are sounding kind of distant, and I want everybody to hear your opinion of what you're saying. All right.
Is he still there?
Oh, no.
I think he dropped out, Chris.
Huh?
He dropped out. It's a bad call. So, Chris.
That's good.
What do you think so far, man? I mean, we've had a few technical difficulties getting this thing popping off, but things going on so far, huh?
Yeah, it's going good, man. You're doing a great job. He got a good knowledge of travel and experiences.
He does.
And we're going to go make it better from here, you know. That's a great topic, what you chose today. And it's very important.
I think it shows us, brother, because I've been in so many groups and it's been coming up.
Well,
I couldn't let it go.
I noticed this topic usually comes from black women, and it's like a very big. And I seen another post the other day. We'll probably share it for next time. It was a meme of a lady pumping gas and a guy in a car, and a lot of black women commented on it and saying that, you know, guys have to pump gas, I understand. I pump gas for my lady, you know, when I get a chance to. And but then a white girl came in and said, I pump gas, and she said, it's no biggie, you know, we both can do it. And so it was like this understanding with two different understandings. One, the
hey, brothers, this is Dion again. I'm sorry, the call got dropped.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're back, bro.
You went on without you, Dion.
Nah, my bad.
I'm glad you're back. Chris, now go on what you were saying about at the gas station.
Yeah. So the white lady was saying that it's okay that, you know, both parties pump the gas because you just never know what the circumstances could be. But amongst the black women, it was like, you know, they were just hell bent that the guy has to pump the gas. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, you know, you can see the totally difference between cultures. You know, it seems like with the black community, like we have to do something, or it's like you know, the relationship is over. You know.
It's almost anything can make it over, Chris. Any little thing.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't go their way, it's over. I'm aware of the highway.
So what country are you guys talking about?
We was talking about. I was talking about this meme where the black lady was pumping gas and the boyfriend or husband, he was in the car sitting down, and you know, it became a big issue, and like I was just going back and forth. First I was trolling, then I started getting serious, but a lot of people that had the most complaints was the black woman, like he has to do this, he has to do that, he has to do that. Then one white lady came in and posted a comment and said that, you know, it's okay that both parties do it. It depends on the circumstances. So like she came in with a level of understanding, whereas the black sisters, it was like, you know, this hell bent, you know, the guy got to do it. He has to pump the gas. And like I personally don't see nothing wrong.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Can't nobody argue that, man. I mean, culturally, that's something that we as black people, period, have to, especially in America, black Americans, you know, we have to understand that the dynamics of relationships are not as set in black and white as some people will try to make them seem. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so, do I care if a chick jumps out and pumps? Man, I don't give a shit. If I'm going in the pit and you pump, that's what's up. We gonna be at the gas station all the time. You know what I mean?
I got a bigger ego though, brothers. I even if I'm in my girl, it's her car and it's her money, I'm still gonna get out and pump the gas. Maybe it's just, I got it from my father and my grandfather. It's my ego.
Right.
I don't want to seem to be that dude.
No. What I'm saying is
uncovered. You know what I'm saying? It's essentially what it is. I don't want to go out there and pump the gas because, you know, she represents me and I represent her. We could have had a all balls out argument because I always dog on her driving. She's an excellent driver. But, you know, it's how I'm wired. I'm kind of a controlling man. I refuse to become a control freak. I'm a freak in the bedroom, but I'm not a freak behind the wheel of the car. But I'm saying it could be her whip, her gas money, but I'm pumping that shit. And it's my ego. I can't let it go away. And you never know, man. I guess in my mind I'm thinking some thirsty dudes out there. There's a lot of them. Y'all can relate to this. You with your woman at the gas pump and she's pumping gas. Motherfuckers gonna look at her like, damn, man, I can push up on these women because he can't even handle the gas. Or got some women on that seeing it, they go like, look at this, he ain't about shit. It's my ego. I'm always, my mind's in overdrive. I'm always thinking like that, man. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to like, you know, get out there in the rain and pump the gas, man. Hurricane or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with pumping gas at all. You know, so I do it.
I don't know what you mean, but you're saying like, as far as they put the extra onus on us. Like, man, like we got it's a little bit of extra for us. First, you said you've been with a white woman and you never go through all that. So I don't know, man. Was she from another country or was she from the U.S.?
She's from the U.S., from the South.
Oh, really?
Hey, you know what, guys? We touching on something that we touching on another really good subject as it pertains to the different you know, the way people are brought up subculturally, depending on what part of the country you are born in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can go in on that one for sure.
Yeah, true.
Hey, gentlemen, this John. I have 3 daughters, and I raised my daughters to be.
Who is this right now?
This is John.
John who?
John Reiser.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
John Reiser. Oh, thanks for calling in, brother. Thanks for calling in.
I just been
Brothers podcast.
Yeah, I just been listening. I have 3 daughters, and I raised my daughters to be respectful of their role as a helper to men. So, and raised my daughters by myself. I always opened the door for them. I always taught them. I never fussed at them.
Say that again. You raised your daughters on your
own. I always taught them to be respectful of their role as a helper to a man. So even as they grew up, I always opened the door for them. I always told them what to expect. If you don't if you don't ask for respect from a person, you're not gonna get it.
Exactly.
You know. So, but I told them, hey, you are here. You're not a slave, but you are here as a helper to whomever you get involved with. You know, I always respect, just like a gentleman spoke earlier. If she goes and pays, I'll pump. If I pay, she'll pump. You know, it's not a all man, all woman thing. Just like watching my parents grow up, my mother would cook, my daddy would wash. If he cooked, she washed. You know, so it's
mutual respect. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, everybody over time has just gotten away from cooperation, and it's all me. I'm a man. It's all you. You're a woman. You know, I don't know. I guess I just grew up watching my mother and father work together on everything. You know, so that's probably the reason I'm single now. Because a lot of women I run into, professional and hood rats, you know, it's all about them. It's not like I'm working a 12-hour shift, baby, you know, what you want when you get off of work. I got to come home when I had a girlfriend living with me. I'm like, well, damn, is there anything to eat in the house? Well, shit, I've been working too.
That's all professional woman, right? That's both.
Yes, sir. You know, and it's been like, I come home from work and I'm like, is there anything, did you cook? I've been at work too. Okay, no problem. No problem. You know, but then don't get mad when I go out and buy me something to eat. Oh, you ain't buy us nothing to eat? Well, hell, I was working 12 hours. You know, but it's, you know, as a whole, we've just lost that respect for each other. And you know, my daughters are married now, and like I sat down, I talked to their husband, and I talked to my daughter and say, hey, never go to sleep mad at each other. Always sit down and talk about everything that goes on. I talk to my daughters individually. I say, look, your role is to support him. If you have a disagreement, you just have to agree to disagree. But you never be mad at somebody or let outside influences, you know, destroy your marriage.
And they're all grown women now.
Yeah.
And you know, I gotta ask, have you got any backlash from the women in your area where you live, or family members, about how you raise your daughters to be?
Oh yeah, because they said that I was uppity because I always taught my daughters. I never fussed at them. You know, we go to McDonald's through the drive-thru or something like that, and the people taking the order, get it screwed up, they want to go off. I say, hold on. Everybody has their role. I say, this is the reason why I want y'all to go to college, so you don't have to end up in a position like this. I say, everybody have their role. You know, don't get mad at them.
It's not that they're better than them. They just got their roles at that period of time of their life, right?
Yeah. You know, I have 5 kids. 3 of my daughters have their own businesses because, you know, I had my own businesses years ago, where I do now too. But I raised them to be their own bosses. I say, you know, even when you're working at somebody's job, learn everything you can learn. Don't get mad at them because you in their game. This is not your game. You learn the rules of the game.
I was working part-time at a bookstore when I kept a full-time government job. But I wanted to publish my own books, so yeah. Knowing about that. And all of them are doing well now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, I support them wholeheartedly. The money I call myself saving up to take a trip to Brazil or Panama or whatever.
You got
I ended up,
girls, man. I'm surprised you got no trip to New Jersey.
Yeah.
I have one daughter. I know how expensive those little girls can be, man. I love them.
But it's
the little girls are, yeah.
But I'm 52, and I know grown women right now. An ex-girlfriend of mine just celebrated her 55th birthday, but she still has that mindset of she's still looking for her daddy. Her daddy wasn't, didn't raise her. Her mother did. So, they had this attitude. Yeah, they had this attitude.
Entitled attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I talk to my daughters every day, 3 times a day. I tell them good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and I love them. They get embarrassed sometimes. I say, but that's all right. When you 80 years old, I'ma still love you. You still are gonna be my little girl.
And it doesn't matter to them, John. If
yeah.
One day, what I'll call them saying I love you, it will matter to them. They may not say it to you out of pride, but it does matter.
Oh yeah, believe me, I know, because it may be times when I'm tired and I come home from work and I don't say good morning. I don't work from 6 that night to 6 that morning. I just come in, take a bath, eat, and want to go to sleep. And next thing I know, my phone is beeping, ding, 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 ding. What's wrong, Dad? Why you not? These are grown married women.
I know.
It
affects them, but it's good because they're married now. They got an awesome relationship with you, which they say black men are too inept to even do that with other daughters. And it's going to make their husbands happier because you did your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because my oldest daughter, she just married her oldest daughter's father.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink, don't smoke. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. I shoot guns. When they came to the house the other day, he saw some of my rifles that I built. He say, Mr. Rossi, you build rifles? I say, yes, sir. He said, oh, I love to shoot. I looked at my daughter. I'm like, how in the hell you find him? He loves to read. He loves to read. He loves it's everything that I do. He found in this one person, and that just trips me out. And that just makes me think that, man, we got to be careful what we do around our kids.
That's right. Whether we're married to the woman or not, our kids, they don't go by what we say, they go by what we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And even if you're a single father, they watch how you treat other women. If we treat them like ladies or we treat them like, throwaways, they're going to pick up on that.
Yeah, in that instance, as they was growing up, it was just me and my kids. I never brought women to my house.
Say that again, brother. Women are listening.
I never brought women to my house while my kids was there. Mm-hmm. And now women would call on the phone. They would know them by voice. But some of my friends have never seen my kids in 20 plus years. Never seen them.
Really?
Never seen them. They seen the pictures when they come to my house.
You gotta explain why they ain't never seen the women in all years. I know you got your good reasons. I'm thinking of the ladies listening. Tell them why your female friends of 20 plus years have never seen your baby girl.
For one, I didn't want my daughters thinking that daddy got different female friends and that's cool, and I did not want my 2 sons thinking, oh man, daddy a player, thinking that's normal. No, it's not normal. You're going to be raised to be respectful to, I say, like I told my boys, do you want somebody treating your daughter like you see some of your boys treat their friends? I mean, not their daughter, their sisters. I said, you be ready to whoop them.
right.
You know, so, you know, my kids, I just raised them the way I was raised myself, and you know, just being respectful of another person, basically. You know, and I've been with women that I've met. You know, I've had a checkered past. I ain't gonna lie about that. I've met women, and 30 minutes later, I'm at their house, their kids in the next room, and I'm fucking.
God damn.
You know,
no names to be mentioned, John, Leon, and Chris. No names to be mentioned. We have to protect the guilty.
Right.
No names.
Hey, Mark.
They know who they are.
He said he wasn't taking them
Yeah.
home, but he was taking them to the motel.
The hotel.
That's all right, man.
you know, but it's sad as a whole that our people have fallen from our base so far as religious and just moral teaching.
Yeah.
And every image that we see on TV is always a negative image. I'm a black man. I got 2 black sons, 3 black daughters. You know, and like I tell my kids, especially my son, I say, for one, you got 3 strikes against you. You male, you black, and you getting educated. My youngest son is up in Oklahoma playing football right now, getting a free education. You know, so he's dangerous. A black male, black male, getting education. You know, he's dangerous. And I tell my son, I lost a lead technician job because at 21, I told this man, he asked me, he said, what do you want to accomplish in our company? I told you, I said, I want your job. I didn't know any better at 21 not to tell him that. I should have worked towards it, but I didn't know any better. I was confident. Hell, they recruited me. You know, he asked me a question, I gave him an answer, and, you know, I didn't end up getting a job, but you know, it's
and you know what?
You know, I don't know.
I bet you if you were to do that right now, you say the same thing, but you do it in a different way because you're more.
Oh yeah, I definitely would
say the same thing, but in a different way.
Oh yes, sir. I definitely would use better word choices and
say the same thing. Yeah, I want your job, but don't say it like that. But let them know, like, hey, you know.
I'm
here for the same reason you're here for.
Yes, sir. I tell him, I say, well, sir. I tell him, I say, sir, I would like to move up as far as I could in your company, and when you retire, I would like to move into your position and hopefully carry on the tradition that you set. You know, make his ass feel good.
All that goes down to your children, your 2 sons and your 3 daughters, and all that in your DNA, the way you carry yourself. When you travel overseas, do you have any issues like most of us do for representing yourself, or do you feel like you have to represent every black man on the planet?
I would hope that by the way I carry myself, that I make a positive impression. Because when I graduated college, I was an engineer. Every crew I worked on, I worked in the cellular industry as an RF engineer. So every crew I was on, I was the only black. So everywhere I went, I had to, you know, I don't know if I had to. I just did it because it's just the way I was raised, that I carried myself a certain way. I didn't let the white boys fluster me to the point where I got mad, want to whoop their ass. Now, I would give them a subtle warning. Like, you know, hey, y'all saying these little nigger jokes. I can say cracker jokes and make you just as mad as you trying to make me. I say,
where would that get us, though? But where would that get us?
And that's what I tell them. I say, the only reason I'm not going off is because I'm not taking it personal, because I know I'm not a nigger. I say, if you look it up in the dictionary, that's an uneducated person. That could be anybody.
Right.
I say,
person. No doubt,
Yeah, I say, but if you put your hands on my shoulder and you say a nigger joke, then I'm going to take it personal because you're directing it at me.
Right.
You know, so that's a subtle difference. I say when y'all get through saying your little nigga jokes, I'm gonna say a couple of cracker jokes and then we gonna call it a day. I say tomorrow it's gonna be a new day. You know, so they said what they had to say. I said my little cracker jokes that they never heard before. The motherfuckers start turning red in the face.
Hey, let me hear a cracker joke.
Red.
Let me hear a cracker joke.
But you representing yourself still, though, man, and it still goes on the topic that we've been talking about here on the Love Brothers podcast live today. That we all come from different backgrounds. Dion and Chris were talking about the same thing. We all got different backgrounds, and it doesn't matter where we're from. We're all looked upon the same way. So when we're dealing with women from all over the world, when it's time to come up with the cash and you to borrow money from these women that you're in a relationship with, if you experience the same thing, or as you taking care of the kids and everything, you were a single parent. Now remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when you first date a woman, excuse me, she knows your situation. You got 5 children to take care of. So yours is kind of different from mine. I'm like thinking, like, did you ever have a time where you were short on money, or you had to, like, this is fun, and this is your woman. Not some girl you be smashing, but this is your lady. And did she give you an attitude about you got to pay it back or whatever?
The one instance that I needed some help from an ex, I blew my engine and it was in the shop and it was $4 grand and I didn't have the whole $4 grand. I had 2 of it. And I was just randomly talking to my ex on the phone and she said, well, look, you know, I'll loan you the money.
Is this your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife?
Ex-girlfriend.
Okay. All right, go on.
And she said, I'll loan you the money. I wasn't even asking her for it. We got on the subject and I told her my truck had broke down and it was in the shop. And I told her I had to make payments. She said, well, how long is that going to have you down? I said, well, because I was doing Hot Shot at the time. I said, well, it's probably going to be a month.
And a job, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go rent me a car. She let me use one of her cars and she gave me the other $2 grand to pay off my truck.
Wow.
And when I got ready to pay her back, she actually didn't ask for the money back. She said, no, she said, you know, I still love you, but, you know, it was nice that you helped. Because I paid for her to finish school when we was together.
Okay.
You know, nursing school, so that set her on the path. But, you know, we didn't break up as enemies. It was just we came to a point where we just didn't see the same path together. And we sold the townhouse we had. We sold it, split the money up, and went our separate ways. And that was it. You know, we still been cool. It's just
this is an American woman, or she from another country?
No, American woman. I
wow.
haven't dated.
And what part of the country you from, brother?
I'm here in Houston.
Wow, man, that is an inspirational story. Because Chris, you guys listening into this, right?
Oh yeah, I hear.
Yeah,
is she the norm or is she an exception to the rule?
Yeah.
A unicorn.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. And that goes to show everybody that you know, people can't. This how they can't put all of us men into a bucket. Not all women are in that bucket either, you know.
Yeah, I know. I do love to say all. I hear that you say some.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a one in a million story.
I'm not gonna have anyone listening. I don't have any scientific stats on hand, and I'm not looking for any either. So when we say all or most, just embellish us, okay? We're frustrated here, so we're talking like that. But then, I got the feeling you, John, got more than one story about having exceptional women like that. You sound like something right.
Well, let me start from the beginning. I got married at 18 and lost my wife when we was 25 at a car accident.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. After then, you know, it was just me and my kids, and I kind of shut down my feelings after my wife's death. So the women I did meet were actually good women. They stood by me when I started my business. I started a pager business in 1990 and ran all the way to 1999. And I had two women. Yeah, I had two women that helped me start the business, and they was in love with me, but I just basically I did everything I could to run them off. Good women, you know, they took their time to run me around here and there, stepped in when I was too busy to help, but I wasn't ready, you know. And then when I was ready, you know, they had to, you know, we had to move on. They even got married, had kids, and everything else. You know, a lot of women I've met either through my engineering work or whatever I was doing, it seems like they always got their hand out. You know, and that's a major turn off. You know, I got my car is paid for, my house is paid for. I own everything in my house. Only bills I pay is food, lights, gas, you know, water bill, and money to play with. So, you know, I get bored. You know, I'm a single man. Yeah, I got female friends that I can deal with on an individual basis, but overall, none of them have come to the pinnacle of that, hey, I want you to be here with me full time.
I wonder why. Because I'm trying to think from their point of view, they know that the usual attackers are just using their body as a I guess as a trump card. They can't that won't work on a man like you, right? Because then you've been from day one focused on your family, your business. So when you do want to call your woman, they gotta come to get more than just their legs. Am I correct? Or am I oversimplifying?
Yes, sir. And you know, they think I had one, we was riding in the car, she asked me for some money. And I'm saying, look, I got to take care of some stuff for my household and my family. She gets mad, gets on the phone, calls another dude while we ride.
Say that again. For the ladies listening. Say that again. That's what it comes down. I'm about to show some iced coffee again. Say that again.
What the hell you
I'm going to be in church.
I would have kicked that bitch out the car.
Yeah.
She's texting or calling another dude while you...
No, this is before texting came in.
Okay.
She asked me, because I had got paid. I was doing engineering, so I was getting paid real well. So I had money. And she asked me for an expensive item, a purse. So I'm like, look, I got to take care of my household and family matters first. I say, you know, it wasn't a purse.
She know you got kids and she want to... I'm going to stop quick. Go on.
Well, because she was...
Go on, brother. Go on, tell the story.
She was a nice-looking individual.
They all are. But still, you got kids.
Yeah. But the thing is, she used her looks like a weapon. Because if I didn't do it, she would make a phone call and say, well, the next man will. So that particular day while we was riding, she pulled that out the car and go make a phone call. I pulled right over to the next gas station, walked around to the other door of my truck, opened the door. I say, go in there and get something to drink for me. You know.
I know. Oh shit, Chris.
Why I got to do it? You already out the truck. I say I was trying to do it nicely. Yeah, I say I was trying to do it nicely, but now I want you to get your ass up out my truck. I say whoever you're talking to on that phone.
Oh shit.
Whoever you talking to on that phone, tell them you at this gas station at this corner and come and pick you up.
Yeah.
I want you to out my car.
Damn.
I mean, you know, it's just like, you know, she was nice looking, and I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Every time I see her,
my ones are crazy and entitled. Go on.
Yeah, she do something to me, but I have to remember what her nature is. You know, any man who sees her at first sight say, "Damn, I'll get her a house, a car, give her money, whatever." But then when she opened up her mouth, "Bitch, I'm the queen of the world. You got to bow down to me."
I got the last vagina in the world, so you got to do all that to me.
So when I put her out my truck that day, she talking about, "Ain't nobody ever did that." I said, "You met the wrong nigga." I said,
now, tell me, it wasn't a hurricane going on that day, was it? It wasn't a rain. You didn't put out the rain.
No, this was years and years ago. Years and years ago.
I'm trying to get in my head. Go on, get something to drink, baby. You got the engine ice and ready to book. Ready to straight blown out. As soon as you go in the store, I try to do the nice and cut it out myself. So what was her reaction? I mean, do you remember what she said to you? I met first out.
Well, she pissed off. "I ain't getting out the truck." I say, "Yeah, you getting out, either voluntarily or involuntarily." I say, "But you not." I say, "Whoever you talk to on the phone, tell them you at the corner, whatever corner this is. You tell them to come and pick you up, because you ain't riding nowhere else with me." You know,
man, legendary, savage. There you go, baby.
But I mean, you know,
you in my age group, man. You in my generation. I'm 50, that's how I would have done the same thing, but you did it a lot nicer than I would. You a Southern gentleman. I'll take my hat off. I was wearing one.
For one, I like a quiet life. I didn't want a scene. You know, I just wanted her to just get out of my truck and I go on by my life. You go on by your life. You know, if you got dudes that'll run behind you like that, "Oh, please don't call this other man. I do what I do." I'm like, baby, look.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, if you're still there, you know, whoever she was talking to, he wasn't on John's level. I know he wasn't.
No.
Probably some bum ass motherfucker. I know he wasn't on your level. I just got a feeling.
No.
Because I know she probably regretted that moment you drove off. She's talking to this bum ass dude, you know, who ain't got two pennies to rub together.
Yeah,
but you know, when I first started seeing her, the funny thing was I was working doing a contract cable installations, and I was cutting off her cable. She was dealing with had left her and took all the furniture out the house except for a couch, one TV, and once again, very beautiful. She opened up that door. I don't care who you are. You know, she could have been a stripper. She wasn't, but she could have been. But you see her and you like, damn, who the hell left you behind? But when she opened up her mouth, that tells the tale. You know. You know, I got sucked in. I ain't even gonna lie. You know,
we all have at least one. Yes.
Yeah, I got sucked in.
Several times I've got sucked in. Yeah, I can laugh about it now.
Yeah, I can laugh about it now too, because I've seen her through the years and spoken to her grandparents and stuff like that. She's still doing the same thing now. You know, at what is she now? 42? I met her at her early 20s.
Age today. Yeah, are you still alive? We lost Dion. But anyway, let's talk about women. It doesn't matter what their age are. That sense of entitlement going on, whatever their looks or whatever, they still feel successful. I don't know whether to feel pity or empathy or just to laugh at it. I'm trying not to be, heartless with it, but my goodness, I mean,
but
it is what it is, John.
Yeah, it's so sad because when I met her, when she moved in, I let her move in with me because she got evicted from her apartment. My kids were gone for the summer. I let her move in with me. She stayed in one of my kids' rooms. You know, we had an arrangement. You know, she was my partner while she was at the house, sex partner.
You are the Southern Gentleman. That's going to be your moniker, John Rice. You're the Southern Gentleman.
But anyway.
Anyway.
But during that time, you know, she come and go as she pleased. I didn't bother her. She ain't bother me. But, you know, when she needed something, I hooked her up. When I needed something, she hooked me up.
Yeah, mutual respect.
Yeah, you know. But one night while I was doing paperwork, probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, old friend had called me because I had been in my house like 5 years. So women I hadn't talked to in 5 years still had my number. A lady friend calls me and say, hey, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm like, oh, you since you hit 30, that cat gonna be burning up hot. You know, just cracking a joke. She comes out the room, goes into the kitchen, gets something to drink, and throws a glass across my living room. I'm like, hold up. What's your issue? Oh, you in here talking about fucking. I'm like, hold on. Me and you ain't together, you know? Well, if you ain't want me here, that's all you had to say. I'm like, I'm having a private conversation.
I thought we had an understanding. You supposed to be here in my kids' room temporarily. You did not write me, but still.
Yeah, you know, I'm like, I don't say nothing to you when dudes come and pick you up or take you out to dinner and take you out of town or whatever. Hell, I don't care. I know you don't care. I say I care in a different way, or you wouldn't be here. You know. But she just, I'm like, if you had something else in mind, all you had to do was sit down and talk to me. Hell, we in the same house. You know, I wouldn't have minded if she just said, hey, I feel differently now rather than us being apart. You mind if we get into a relationship? I wouldn't have had no issue with that. You know, but I'm glad I didn't because, you know, later on I found